Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen. This is part 2 of a 4-part series where I've partnered with WeightWatchers to show you some delicious, really healthy recipes. Today's is a take on the nation's favorite, the chicken curry, but this is super quick, super easy, and really, really tasty. So like any good curry, the first thing we need to make is the curry paste. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 3 base ingredients first. So we've got some garlic, some ginger, and a red chili, and we're just gonna roughly chop those. The good thing about this is it can be really nice and rough because we're going to blend it into a puree, into a paste anyway. So it's completely up to you whether you want to leave those seeds in the chili or not. If you leave them in, they'll be a bit punchier, a bit spicier, and obviously if you leave them out, a little bit more mellow. So add all of those ingredients to a small food processor. If you don't have the food processor, it's fine. Just those ingredients along with our herbs, our coriander, you just need to really, really finely chop, get them nicely minced up with a really sharp knife. So add a nice handful of coriander, just cut that through, and then again, straight into our food processor. And then we're gonna add our spicing. Now there's a lot of spices in here, but these are really good store-covered ingredients, and you'll get loads of uses out of these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with half a tablespoon of paprika. That's gonna give the characteristic kind of color of like a chicken tikka masala, but add some smokiness and some spiciness as well. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of chili powder too, just half a teaspoon, because we don't want anything too spicy. And obviously if you want, you can use a mild or a spicy chili powder. And then a little bit of turmeric. And the turmeric's gonna give lots of depth and kind of really savory notes, as well as a really beautiful color. And then it's just a teaspoon each of garam masala, which is kind of where that classic curry flavor comes from. Then some ground coriander and some cumin. And then to finish that off, what we're gonna do is add a little bit of tomato paste just to bind everything together. Now all we're gonna do is just quickly blend all that together into a nice fine paste. So now our paste is made, we can get on by starting the kind of base of the curry, which is our onions. So what we're gonna do is just take 2 onions and we're gonna finely chop those. Just to start, just gonna top and tail them and then cut them through the middle. And then we're just gonna peel them and then nicely dice them. So just cut through all the way to the end and then turn and cut that way. And you get a really nice, simple dice. So once we've got our onions chopped, we're just gonna add a small amount of oil to our large pan and then turn that to a nice low heat. And we're gonna sweat off the onions for about 5 to 10 minutes until nice and translucent. So when our onion is nice and translucent and just starting to get a tiny bit of color, we can add our paste. So just add that to the pan and then just stir that through and cook that out for a couple of minutes. So once that's had an opportunity to kind of cook out and take off that raw edge, we're gonna add our lentils and then stir that through to coat those in all those spices to really amp up that flavor. Once that's nicely coated, we can then add our stock and then our tin tomatoes. And then that's gonna sit there for about 5 minutes or so, just to get it to combine and start to reduce. So once that's been cooking for about 5 minutes, it's just started to reduce. We can take our raw chicken, which has been nicely diced, into nice big chunks, add that to the curry base, and we're just gonna stir that through and cook that for about 5 to 10 minutes, just until it's cooked through. So one of the things that I love about this dish is it's super quick and super easy. So whether you're making this for the family on a weeknight or you just want something really easy and chilled out for the weekend, it's the perfect dish. And also, if you're not eating meat, this is super easy to make vegetarian. You can leave out the chicken and serve it almost like a dal or pack it full of vegetables to create a vegetarian version of the curry. So once our chicken is fully cooked through, we can turn the heat off and then add in our coconut milk. Stir that through, just to nicely combine that. You want to do this off the heat so that the coconut milk doesn't split. If it comes to a boil, it's much more likely to split. So this is a nice thing to add just at the end to add that extra creaminess and just make it really, really beautifully textured. And then to finish, we're going to take a nice handful of spinach and just add that to the curry a little bit at a time, just until that's nicely wilted. So that's it. It's incredibly simple and super quick to make. Now, to serve the curry, I'm going to pour it into bowls and top that with a little bit of fat-free natural yogurt and some fresh coriander. And because this is really, really good in terms of smart points, if you want, you can also serve that with a naan bread or a little bit of rice for a few extra points. So I really hope you enjoy that quick and easy chicken curry. If you want the full recipe, it's just below the video. And don't forget to come back next Foodie Friday for another delicious recipe.